guys, welcome to day one of another week of virtual learning. This week we're going to be focusing on visualizing. I wrote visualizing on the board. It says readers create an image in their mind as they read. So when we're younger and we're still kind of learning to read, we do have a lot of picture books because we take what we're reading and we look at the pictures and we use them as clues, and they kind of just helps us build the story in our minds. Now as we become stronger readers, we start to rely less on these pictures. Like for example, chapter books, they don't have a lot of pictures because you read the words and you go and you put them in your brain and you make your own picture. So this week is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to read to you guys a book and I'm not going to show you the pictures. You just have to listen, okay? And then when you're listening, I want you to build a picture in your mind, and then we're going to illustrate it. I'll show you guys the cover. Actually, no, I want to show you the cover. Don't look. I'm covering it up. So you're using your listening ears right now. Now, since we're visualizing, you need to make sure you're really using your listening ears. So let's put them on. Everybody put them on. Good job. Stop peeking at the cover, you guys. Okay. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah! A polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. There! And now I'm going to stop. All right, so our activity today says readers visualize pictures in their heads. The book says that Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. Draw a picture of what you're visualizing, okay? So we're going to really focus on what you thought about when you heard that. I'm going to read it again. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. So think about, where is Vashti? How do you think she feels? How do you think her face looks? How do you think her body looks? Create an image in your mind. So we're going to draw it, but before we draw, what are we going to do? We're gonna write. So I'm gonna go back to my handy dandy whiteboard. And oh goodness gracious, you know I love my line paper, so I'm gonna go draw some lines. Visualizing. That is a skill that we are learning. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, how do you spell visualize? Remember what we learned? We want to use our resources. We can look at our paper. How do I know where visualize is on the paper? I don't know how to spell it. Well, we've already learned in phonics that we start with the initial sound. So, visualize, visualize starts with what letter? V. So I'm going to look for a letter that starts with V. So I want you guys to take these little strategies and apply them during your virtual week that we've been learning in class, okay? So what I always like to do is rephrase activity. So we're talking about visualizing. So I'm going to write I visualize. So I'm going to get my marker out. our super special I. We always use our super special I. Super special I is always capital. And then finger, finger, finger space, boom. You're gonna notice I'm gonna start focusing a little less on our letter formation because by now we should know how to stay in our lines. If you do need a little bit more assistance with letter formation, let your teacher know. You could always pause the video and just kind of look at how I'm writing. So I visualize, oh, that's a sloppy. Look at me. I'm kind of stuck on the word visualize. So what am I doing? I'm looking and using the resources I have in front of me. So if I spell A, L, I, C, E. So visualize means see. What do you see in your head when you read that or when you listen to that? Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. What do you see in your brain? Grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, take it out, put it on the paper. When I hear that, I visualize if she's jabbing, I feel like she's mad. Because like, when you're happy, you don't go, hi, you guys. So I'm visualizing like maybe a mad girl who's she's just angry. So I visualize a mad go, go, go. Earl, go, Earl. If I don't know how to spell something, remember I want to make it look like how it sounds. So go, What letters make Earl, girl. So I'm at the end, so I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to check out what I wrote. I have a capital. I have a finger space. I visualize, and I know I spelled that word correctly because it's on my paper, a mad, not the best finger space, girl. Now this might not be how you spell girl, but it makes sense. I visualize a mad girl because we always want to explain our thinking. Finger space. And I'm going to write why I visualize a mad girl. And I could say she's jabbing the paper because she was struggling to draw something, or because her teacher came and talked to her, maybe upset her. What do you visualize? Okay? So I'm going to let you finish a sentence. You might not even visualize a mad girl. Maybe you're envisioning a happy girl. Tell me what you visualize and explain to me why. There's no right or wrong answer with how you visualize something, because it's an image that you create in your brain. Now, your image just needs to make sense. So for example, I don't want to see, I visualize her eating an orange, and it's so delicious. There was nothing about her being hungry. There was nothing about it almost being lunchtime. It does need to make sense, okay? Once you're done with your writing, I'm going to say I'm done. I wrote all this. I'm going to, Miss Luba already finished her writing. This is actual writing. I checked. I made sure I had my period. I checked, made sure finger spaces and everything. Then you work on your illustration. Now with your illustration, it has to show what you wrote. So I'm visualizing a mad girl. I don't want to draw this. Why is that not a good image? I have hair, she's got clothes on, there's some details, there's a nose, there's a mouth. What is wrong with this image? The image does not reflect the writing. They have to match. You have to go doop, doop. They have to, you build them together. So I visualize a mad girl. So I gotta change up her face a little bit. I'm trying to think of how I look when I'm mad. My eyebrows go up. And then she was jabbing a marker, right? So we could maybe even draw the marker over here in the paper. I want to point out I did not go to art school for a reason. So this is my image for now, okay? So I visualize a mad girl because I explained why, and my image or my illustration reflects my writing, okay? So that is it for day 1. On day 2, I'll read the rest of the book. Have a great day, you guys.